Eva here. Welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 speed build, and what a joyous occasion it is today because we have a new expansion pack, and it's not just any expansion pack. It's called Sims 4 for Rent, and it is basically making my wildest dreams come true in The Sims 4 because you can build multi-dwelling lots. You can have townhouses, apartments, everything, multiple families in one lot. And townhouses and apartments is basically all I build. So this pack is literally made for me and my builds. So I'm beyond excited to share another townhouse build with you guys. And because it is such a special occasion, I've really wanted to build something that I love and enjoy building every single time. So of course I'm building New York City brownstone townhouses, and I'm very excited to announce that it's not one, not two, not three, but 4 different units. So you can have 4 different families live on this lot, which I'm very excited to show you. So we have got 3 beautiful townhouses, 2 of which are full family dwellings, so you can move your whole family into those 2, and then we have a studio apartment in one of the townhouses and a 2-story 2-bedroom apartment on top. So yeah, it's 3 townhouses but divided into 4 different units, which makes it very exciting because finally these are going to be playable and usable, and you don't have to pretend to have multiple families live in these. You can finally have neighbors, actual Sims that live on the same lot as your Sims. And that means not just these townhouses of mine, but all of my townhouse and apartment buildings are finally playable, and I'm so hyped. Yeah, so this build I specifically made for this new pack, and we're using some of the items for the communal corridor. So in the last townhouse there is a communal laundry room and a communal maintenance room, which you'll see pretty much straight at the end. So that will be used by all the Sims. That's where the mail goes, that they can do their laundry and so on. But yeah, you'll see that at the end. I know we're all being very excited for this new pack, but let's talk a little bit about this build before I just like waffle on about the new pack features and all that stuff. But yeah, the townhouses, as you can see, are 3 different colors. So we've got a terracotta colored exterior, we've got a black exterior, and we've got a more like neutral beigey exterior, which, classic for my townhouses and my builds, will also kind of reflect the interior colors. So yeah, stay tuned. And as always, I would love to know which townhouse / unit this time you will move your Sims in, and which one is your absolute favorite. In classic New York brownstone fashion, I had to use Harry's brownstone pack, which is just coming with the perfect windows and doors for this kind of build. And as you guys know, if you've seen some of my videos, I love making exteriors like super detailed and realistic. So thank Felixander and Pierre Sim for all their exterior detail CC. It's just, there's so much to make these exteriors come to life and like add loads of little details, and that is exactly what I did. The first townhouse is actually really heavily inspired by Athena Calderone's new Soho apartment, and it's a beautiful old New York apartment that she currently lives in. I don't think she has it furnished yet, and it seems to be this like really old apartment that's been there for ages and just really rich in history, and I wanted to kind of have that be reflected in this townhouse by the use of this paneling. And overall, we're basically using a lot of neutral colors in this first townhouse with a lot of greens, because green is always a good color to use in interiors. I think it's always makes a room feel warmer and kind of more interesting. As some of you might know, I'm not like the biggest fan of using a lot of color. I love when it's like calm and neutral and kind of warm. So yeah, green, terracotta, and neutral colors and black. That's my go-to colors really, which all of these colors you'll see in all of these builds. But yeah, the first one, very much like a lot of timber, a lot of neutrals, and just very calm. And it has 2 rooms for your kids. One is a nursery for an infant, and one is a kids room, which you'll see in a second. But first, I want to, probably my favorite feature about this whole house is the kitchen. I decided to create this kind of extension at the back of this old townhouse, and it's almost like a winter garden with a lot of windows, and it's just really bright. And I didn't really want to use counters on the walls because they would be blocking the big windows. So I thought, how to solve that? Let's just have a massive kitchen island, which is from Pierre Sim, and it's this beautiful like plaster looking style island with lots of shelving for clutter, and it's kind of like the center focal point of this room. And then hidden by the door frame, where you can't really see from the main living area, is the fridge and the oven and all the appliances that you need. But yeah, it's just this beautiful like serene looking room, and just imagine like when the sun is like flowing into that room, it must be so beautiful. And then on the first floor of that building we have the main bedroom, which is also quite spacious, and like there's a lot of art, and again this beautiful Bellini sofa in green, which so we're kind of carrying that kind of red thread in a way through the whole building. And then there's this beautiful office space as well with like built-in bookshelves, which are from the Coastal set by Harry. In general, I'm using quite a lot of new CC because I build so rarely. There's so many new CC packs available by the time I build something, and it's always really exciting. So you probably see a lot from the same kind of new packs, but also my favorite classics that I use in basically all my builds. And one of those new packs is actually the Fairylicious pack by, which is kind of a collaboration by Cluttercat and Felixander, which is just chef's kiss, absolutely beautiful. Perfect for kids' rooms, so I've been using it quite a lot in this entire build in all 3 townhouses. But in the first one I went for this beautiful bunk bed, which just looks like a little castle, and it's just so cute, and there's so much cute clutter, and the artwork is incredible. So yeah, I went crazy really with that pack, and the first kids' room is definitely the kids' room of my dreams. Like I would have loved a bunk bed, especially one that looks like a castle. Like that's just a dream. And also there is a nursery, like I said, on that floor. But I want to talk about the bathroom real quick, because the bathroom is actually, with the kitchen, my favorite room in this house. I don't know, I put a lot of detail into that room and I really wanted it to feel cozy. The shower is in like a little niche, which I made using, you know, just an archway, which I think just really gives this room such character and like separates the shower area, because I often just do a walk-in shower because I hate the built-in shower look that we have in The Sims. They're just teeny tiny. And I love a walk-in shower, but yeah, this one feels more like actually architectural in a way. So yeah, that feels really nice, and I love that. And then on the side where the vanity is, I went for these beautiful Florence vanities from Felixander, and this open shelf from the London set by Felix, which definitely we need more of those cabinets. Like I want more traditional old looking cabinets that I can use pretty much everywhere, like be it in a bathroom, be it in a kitchen, in a dining room, or wherever. Like CC creators, if anybody's watching, can we please have more of those cabinets, like please? Yeah, that cabinet is basically cluttered up with lots of bathroom clutter, and then this beautiful freestanding tub, and of course a fireplace, because what is a New York townhouse without this beautiful classic fireplace? And I think in general I would say this house is very much inspired by Athena Calderone, or also like eyeswoon, which is her Instagram name. In terms of style, she is definitely my main interior designer inspiration. I absolutely adore her style. I think it's the perfect mixture of kind of traditional, contemporary, warm, neutral, and like just really inviting and homey. So yeah, in a sense, this kind of townhouse is a little tribute to Athena Calderone, because she is my constant inspiration. But actually, let's move on to the second townhouse, which I do adore. Like I have to say, I do really love how this one turned out. As we have a black facade with a lot of like warm limestone details and architectural like features, I decided to combine those 2 colors on the interior as well. So we have a lot of this like warm beigey, almost like a faint terracotta color, and black. It makes it kind of not feel dark and dingy, but rather like elevated and like really cozy and homey. And I think throughout this entire build, the style is a little bit different to the first townhouse. I would say this one is a bit more of a mixture of rustic, contemporary, and classic. So I think the the combination of the three really makes it have character and personality and look super, super interesting. And I literally, every single room in this building, I would die for to have in real life. Like, honestly, even though black is probably a really bold choice for a home, I would love to have this house. Like, absolutely in love with it. So to convey this like really dark and moody feeling, we leave the walls very dark, but I think the furniture itself is rather warm and like inviting. I do use a lot of like this terracotta coloured stone, for example, in the fireplace, which is just the most beautiful fireplace ever. And then we're mixing that with a lot of black marble to kind of still bring that moodiness in, but in like really beautiful stone. And then on top of that, like I said, we've got the rusticness. So for example, the timber that I'm using, it's like this black timber that it feels like a little bit black and brown, like really dark brown, and you can look like it looks a bit distressed maybe. Or I love those swatches to death, like Harry, keep them coming. That swatch is probably my new favorite timber swatch ever, and I've been using that throughout the whole building. Like you'll see also in the dining room, for example, I use the organic table. One of the highlights of this building is actually the kitchen, which I am absolutely obsessed with. I'm using the Octave kitchen by Harry, which is super, super beautiful, like these metal patinated counters. And I've been using them in a lot of different colours before, but I've never seen this swatch before, ever. And it's this beautiful like gradient from black to beige to like white and a white countertop. It's so, so, so stunning that I literally decided I want this in real life. And I'm using a lot of kitchen clutter from Felix Zander's Chateau collection, because the Chateau collection has a lot of these like older looking, like more traditional looking plates and bowls and pieces of kitchenware and stuff like that. So I've been using that throughout this house because, like I said, it's a bit more classic. So the Chateau collection brings the classic vibe into this building. We've got the more contemporary edge from like the Octave and other packs, and then we've got the rusticness from also like Harry and Felix's Organic, or the Quartet, or however you pronounce it, pack. And on the first floor of this townhouse is the main bedroom and bathroom floor, and the whole floor is just the main bedroom and bathroom, and it's this open moment between the bedroom which kind of flows into this massive bathroom with a huge bathtub moment, and then on the top floor there's a little kids room for a toddler and an infant. I've been really obsessed with building like nurseries for infants just because I love the infant gameplay in the Sims at the moment. So I always try and have a nursery in each house just in case you want to start basically from that stage. And because the other room on the second floor I wanted to really use for an office, I decided to like put a toddler bed in here as well. So it's kind of a shared room for your kids or your Sims kids in this house. But yeah, talking about the office, let's move on to the office, because so kind of the inspiration for this house was dark academia. But I didn't want it to be like the classic dark academia. I wanted it to be a bit more subtle and maybe a bit warmer. But in the office I just went wild and made it a fully like dark academia style room with the bookshelves from the Chateau collection, which I love. That the whole Chateau collection in general is just like beautiful, but those bookshelves are literally the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. We've got the beautiful fireplace and a really old-fashioned desk here. In general, also, if you've noticed, I am kind of obsessed with using the paintings from the Heritage collection by Harry. I love old-fashioned paintings, and I think we don't have enough CC type old-fashioned paintings, and these just do the trick, honestly. They're so beautiful, there's so many swatches, and I literally use them everywhere. Like, you'll see them throughout all three townhouses, as well as my new favorite item, which is the mirror from the Chateau collection by Felix, which is, funnily enough, like inspired by Athena Calderone's Brooklyn townhouse. Well, the mirror that she has in that townhouse. I love that mirror for everywhere, like in nurseries, in all the townhouses, in living rooms, in bedrooms, everywhere. So yeah, that item I am very much obsessed with. And those paintings, they just never fail me, honestly. Can we have more of those, please? But let's move on to the next townhouse. the final townhouse, which is terracotta facade. So we've got a lot of terracotta on the inside, and this townhouse is 2 units. So you'll see the ground floor is a studio apartment. So you've got your bedroom and kitchen and living room basically in one room. That is the definition of a studio. I don't know why I had to define it. It might be small, but it's not shabby. It's still really, really nice and just like really artsy in a way. So maybe the Sims that move in here are a bit more artsy, and they've actually got a garden. So in a way, they've got, you know, benefits that other townhouses might not have as much. But yeah, it has a little cute garden, an open plan kitchen with a beautiful kitchen from Pierre Sim, which I love using. I also just love how good the marble looks on these counters and in this CC pack in general. I think marble must be really hard to like make look amazing, but yeah, veined marble and stuff is just stunning, and I love that there's so many options in this pack. So yeah, we've got this Pierre Sim kitchen, and then a little teeny tiny bathroom, and like I said, the garden, which only, like, it's not big, it's not really a garden, it's more like a little terrace. The second, like the middle row townhouse, has the garden with a little barbecue and a kiddie pool and stuff like that for your little ones. But let's move on to the 4th and final unit of these townhouses. The colour here, because we are still in the terracotta colour brownstone, is again very terracotta, and here I wanted to use it more as the feature colour rather than like in accents. I think like on the ground floor studio that it's more like accent colours here and there, whereas here it's literally like the main colour. And we've got these beautiful lime wash panelled colours from, I think, again, the Octave set by Harry. Favourite wallpaper ever of mine. And yeah, we've got the red beautiful Florence sofa. I originally wanted to have the curtains be that colour, and then the sofas as well, but that was a bit much. And also the organic curtains unfortunately don't have that kind of terracotta-y swatch. They were a bit more too red. So we've kept it very neutral with the curtains. They kind of blend in with the walls, but that's kind of the point of it. The main feature is just the sofa and the kind of terracotta coloured pieces throughout. And in this townhouse / unit, the kitchen is, again, like one of my favourite parts. The running theme seems to be like that kitchen's always my favourite room. I do love kitchens, to be fair. Like, kitchens are my favourite to look at and to furnish and create. But yeah, here I am using the brownstone kitchen, which obviously, building 3 New York City brownstones, I just had to use Harry's brownstone pack, which I'm not mad about because it might be one of my favourite packs of all time. So I'm okay with it. And that kitchen comes in that beautiful like terracotta metal colour, which again, metal in a kitchen, it just looks so good. And we've got a little L shape here, so it's not a very big space, and we didn't really have room for an island, but the kind of L shape makes up for that in a way. It kind of separates the 3 areas, so like the living room, the kitchen, and the dining room. And in the dining room, we're using these beautiful Pierre Jeanneret chairs, which I am obsessed with and I want in real life. And again, the brownstone dining table, which is my favourite dining table of all time. And it's just a really cozy atmosphere in that last apartment / townhouse. And in the top floor of this apartment, there is the main bedroom, bathroom, and another nursery. And in the main bedroom, we didn't really have much space because it is quite a small space, because some of the space was used up for the stairs, and like, yeah, it's a little bit narrow, but we make it work. It's a very small bedroom, and we've got the bed pushed against the bay window, which I wouldn't usually do, but it kind of looks good in this, or like in The Sims, I guess. And then we've got this beautiful open plan bathroom, and for here I actually did do this open shower effect, but a little bit different because we've got a double shower, and then we've got this divider from Harry, I believe, which really just like is a divider in the middle rather than like on one side. So it's kind of an open shower, but it is somewhat separate. But because it's a really narrow and long room, it's a little bit of an awkward space. So the vanity and toilet are kind of just like, you know, there. But then by the window we have a beautiful bathtub moment. I seem to always prioritize like the bathtub moment, but like nothing beats sitting in your bathtub and having a beautiful view. Like, Nothing actually is better than that. And like I promised at the beginning, I filmed this bit separately as soon as the pack came out. So this is fresh and has the new items in it. So we've got the communal kind of mail area corridor where the Sims can grab their mail, and then there's access to a shared laundry space as well, because I think that's a really fun thing, that all these 3 townhouses share the same kind of laundry room, which is actually quite realistic for New York townhouses. I think a lot of townhouses, if they don't have like in-unit laundry, it's a shared like laundry room space in the building. So yeah, we're trying to make it as realistic as we can. And then there's also a little maintenance area for your tenant slash landlord duties, where you can fix things. But yeah, that is actually the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you are hopefully having fun with the new pack. Looking forward to seeing you guys down below in the comments. And yeah, happy simming. See you in the next video. Bye.